Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shakes. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin pocket, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Listen, I hope y'all are having a good day. Hold up, let me switch myself around, because that light coming in from the window, girl. That light coming in from the window is doing way too much. It is doing way too much. I ain't know, what it was gonna give until I had, went ahead and did that. Okay, listen, I gotta situate myself so that the light can reflect differently. Okay, listen. How y'all doing? How's everybody? Oh, y'all like my hoodie? Listen, I'm definitely y'all, I have been so tired. Listen, this challenge has been kicking my ass, but I'm definitely still going to get the Halloween movie reviews done. So don't forget, son, I'm gonna get it done. Y'all gonna get at least 2 of them by Halloween. So don't trip, don't worry. You'll get it, son. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, I just wanted to see how that was gonna look, because sometimes, sometimes you can do it and sometimes you can't, But yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. And we don't stop until the beach, y'all. And you don't stop. Just looking at the comments, giving y'all a moment to come into the room. 153 of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all liking this video as y'all come in this bitch. Okay, make sure y'all liking this video as y'all come in here. Okay. All right, so y'all know what y'all came here for, right? You guys came here for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and Real Housewives of Potomac, okay? And we do this in order, okay? We basically get into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and then we dive right into Real Housewives of Potomac, okay? And listen, I enjoyed the episode. I really, really did. I was glad that it wasn't all of that fighting and shit, to be honest, because it's mad tiring and stuff. I kind of enjoy like light shade and just like a come to Jesus moment that's only for a moment, because everybody is still very much exactly who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really gonna change. So So I what did I title this one, you guys? Because I titled this one. What did I title this one? It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. I'm so raspy right now. I'm sorry. Okay, close the door behind you, leave your key. Rather be alone than unhappy. Yeah. You pack a bag so you can leave some for a week. Yes, I am. The phone rings and then you look at me. Why you turn and look at me? You said it was one of your friends down on 54th Street, boy. Tell me something. Then why did 2 and 3 show for your color ID? Oh, y'all know I'm in this mode right now, so fuck with me or don't. I don't care. I have not seen the TikTok video. I have not. But that's just one of my favorite Whitney Houston songs, and I titled it "It's Not Right," but it's okay because everybody is making up this episode. But I feel like actually across both franchises, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you got Whitney and Lisa making up. It's fake. Then on Real Housewives of Potomac, you got Candace and Mia making up. And I'm not going to necessarily say that it's fake, but I feel like it's fraudulent. And there's a difference, and I'm going to explain that once we get into that portion of this video. We're not there yet, okay? Thank you so much, my moderators, for coming through. I appreciate all the work that y'all do in the chat, okay, in the comments, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my notes and we're gonna get into this thing, child. I didn't already did my workout, bitch. I didn't got half my shit done already today. Okay, this is almost the end of the day, y'all. Almost. Okay, and so because I said I was gonna do the Halloween movie review tonight. Hopefully, I'm so tired. I'm gonna try though. But anyway, so let's go ahead. All right, Salt Lake City. Hold up. So you guys, Jen, let's start with Jen. Okay, you guys know Jen. Jen did not have that much of a portion in the episode, but enough for us to have something to talk about, right? So Jen goes to the jeweler. Okay, she has her assistant with her. I always forget that man's name. Okay, that very grown middle-aged man's name. That's her assistant, that I believe is also a part of the illegalities. Okay. She wanted to buy all the girls snake rings. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God the assistant told her, please don't do that. Don't do that, please. Please don't do that. Okay. And she then decided instead to get all of the girls snowflakes. I'm like, well, duh. That's what would make sense. That's what everyone is holding around here. A snowflake. Because that's what y'all are. A bunch of snowflakes. Okay, y'all live in the ice. Y'all is white women's. Okay, snowflakes. All right, that falling all over the place. Okay, and even those of you who are not, I like to call you Caucasian identified. Okay, like that. That's what I'd like to call you people. Okay, y'all are Caucasian. Y'all are white American identified. And that's the box that you guys are going to be in as far as I am concerned until someone proves different to me. Now, Mary is crazy enough that her black seeps out, but she doesn't want it to. She doesn't want it to. And, and hey, Jenny is Vietnamese, very much so, okay? But you is Caucasian adjacent. I ain't about to argue with y'all about this. I'm not really. So Jen talks to her son, right? Jen talks to her son this episode. Y'all, her son does not see it for her. She's like, you want me to do this for you? You want me to come to this? You don't want me to come to this? And it's like, no, Mom, I don't want you to come. I don't want you to come. I really don't. He's not even having the conversation with her, really. Like, if he wasn't even looking at her. Sharif was having the conversation with her about what the son was feeling, which I found very weird. I'm like, okay, I get it. You were wilding out. You were on the medication. You were off the medication. You did a lot. You said a lot. Yeah, she definitely probably hurt her son's feelings a lot. But I felt like it was weird that he could not communicate that to her. Even in that moment, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say it's weird is because Sharif then picks up the communication. And I just kind of feel like Sharif should have been telling his son he needs to talk to his mom about how he's feeling instead of speaking for him. There was a breakdown in that for me. that made me feel like you're not helping him not be angry with her when you're allowing him to not actually have a conversation with her. Because even though I understand him being upset, I found it disrespectful that the conversation was not between, you know, the son and the mama, just in my opinion. Okay. But anyway, you say he treated her like the evil stepmom. None of their sons are close to Jen. Probably like JD's daddy from Family or Fiance. Ugh. He can't, I mean, I wouldn't put that. I wouldn't put that on Sharif, not at this juncture. Okay. He kept his eyes on his daddy the whole time. Yeah, it definitely made me feel like it's Jen's fault, but it's not all Jen's fault. Like, you don't stay with someone as toxic as Jen for all of these years if you don't also have some of those same toxic ass attributes, ideals, you know, attitudes. You know what I'm saying? He can't communicate with his words. I got this awkwardness and disconnect from him towards Jen. Absolutely. And I think I'm not disputing that, but I'm just saying that it'd be different if the son was like murmuring shit to her and they were still having the conversation. But Sharif was doing all of the dialogue for him. And that's what I'm saying made me feel like, you know, it's not what Jen, first of all, it's not what Jen is trying to make it seem like. She tries to make it seem like she's so close to her sons. This doesn't feel like closeness. The fact that he can't communicate how he's feeling to you, it doesn't feel like that. And then it makes me feel like, well, Sharif, if your wife has not been close to your sons this entire time, what the hell has been going on in y'all's household? Like, it's just a lot of weird. I'm just sorry, it's weird shit to me, y'all. It's weird shit to me. Okay, that's how I feel about it. Okay, but either way, you know, she need to bake a little bit. You know, you can't drive him to school. No, okay, no, you can't. You know, decorate his locker for him. You're doing too much. You're being invasive. Bad back. Do all of that. All of that. But yeah, y'all. Okay, so moving on. Heather. Y'all, I feel like every episode, Heather has been having the same scene. What is that about? What is that about, Heather? Why do we keep seeing you have the same, like the same scene over and over in past few episodes? You and your daughter, virginity, college, like it's the same thing over and over again. But either way, you know, we're just still having the same conversation, and I'm not even about to like continue on with that, except for the fact that she made sure to talk to her daughter about making sure she was comfortable with whatever decisions she made sexually. So yeah, we got you, Heather. We get it. We got it. It's good. So y'all, let's move on to Lisa and Whitney. So Whitney takes they go and take like a fitness class together, y'all. I think they call it the Silks. And it's like, you know, when you hang and stretch and all that, y'all. There was this one stretch that they were doing. I was just like, oh my God, that looks so comfortable. Like, I mean, if y'all knew how tight my legs be sometimes, then y'all will understand. But I was just kind of like, oh my God. I want to do that for the stretch of it all. But anyway, they actually ended up having a really good time. I was surprised. But this is what people are talking about when they say that Lisa is the good time girl, because you can get Lisa to come and do silks and have a good time. Like, she's gonna roll with the punches, she's gonna laugh, she's gonna smile. Oh my God, Whitney! Oh my God, we're best friends. Oh my God! Oh my God! I love her. Oh my, I'm obsessed. Okay, like, you're my best friend now. You know what I'm saying? I fucking hate her. Like, that's Lisa. That shit is so weird. I cannot, like, people who are like that, to me, that's fake. I'm not doing all of that with you. I will be cordial. I'll be in the same space. I might even laugh with you at the same thing that someone else says. Okay? Because a lot of people be like, I ain't about to laugh. They laughing too. Nah, I ain't doing all that. That's too hard. That's too much work. But what I am not going to do is do all of this really hard smiling in your face, all of this really hard perpetrating to try to prove to you that I fuck with you, that I like you, all for me to turn around and tell people behind your back that I don't like you, and then to use anything that you said to me against you later on, which is, I think, Lisa's long game as it pertains to being friends with Whitney. I don't know why she has it out for Whitney, but she has a hard on for Whitney. And I wish Whitney had more self-esteem so she didn't feel the need to acquiesce to Lisa's bullshit, because who the fuck, what the fuck, why the fuck, whatever. Okay. Anyway, so they have a good time though. Some little light shade in the confessionals about the stripper names. It's nothing. Okay. It's nothing. Lisa really likes to judge Whitney like for the stripper shit, but then she does the same stuff. Like, you're busting splits. You can do all of these same moves that Whitney can do. I don't know why you feel the need to always point out that Whitney is flexible, sexual, vibrant, whatever the fuck bothers you about her. Why do you always point that shit out like it's a negative when it's some of the same shit you did? Like, she got so upset last season at Jen's and Sharif's party because Whitney was on the dance floor doing splits and shit. And she's like, oh my gosh, she's doing the most. And then what did you do, Lisa? You bust a split too. So why the fuck is you out here judging people when you the same type of they are? That doesn't even make any sense. Okay. But I think it's some type of competition in your mind that's going on. I think that when people come off like they're so cool and, they're phony though, they're fugazi as fuck, it's because they're pretending. It's because they don't feel as cool as that they, as they pretend that they feel, because they allow their insecurities to make them be a bitch. Like, you allow for whatever insecurities you have when you look at Whitney's ass. I mean, young, blonde, bubbly. I don't know what, she has less wrinkles. I don't know. Whatever it is about her that you envy, that you're jealous of, you can act like you're not. It's bullshit. Okay. It's bullshit. If you weren't jealous, if you weren't bothered, you would not act so ugly with her. It doesn't even make sense. The girl literally has done nothing to you and you just don't like her. And now you're pretending to like her because people are actually realizing that you don't like her and you don't have a real reason for it. So now let's try to make up and shit. But truly, it's not really to make up with her. It's not truly to get past it. That's why I said it's not right, but it's okay. It's not right because this shit is not right. It's not genuine. It's not real, but it's okay because we on the show. And at the end of the day, that's what they do on these shows. They make up and they break up. That's what they do. Okay. So they go on a double date with their husbands. Lisa has decided to take Whitney and her husband to Aubrey and Marco's restaurant. Those are the same caterers who flaked on Angie's event. They bring over all these drinks, all this extra food. It looks amazing. And Aubrey doesn't even ask them how they're enjoying themselves before she starts running her mouth about how she can't believe what Angie is doing to Lisa, all because they couldn't get off on a Friday. I said, first of all, you made those plans with Angie knowing that that event was on a Friday. So don't call somebody the day before the event to tell us that you're backing out because of Lisa Barlow. And now you're coming to somebody's table with this bullshit story that Lisa obviously set up. And Aubrey is not smooth. Aubrey's not smooth. Aubrey isn't, that sharp when it comes to this type of shit. She might know how to cook, run a good restaurant, make a good drink, all of that. But when it comes to this backhanded, fake in your face lying shit, she's not good at it. That's why she said your name the first time. She wasn't supposed to say your name in that text or in that phone call, whatever. You weren't supposed to be mentioned the first time, and she did it again. And then here she is coming up to the table without any small talk. Okay, not even a smidgen of small talk before she starts to defend Lisa. And then make it seem as if Angie is the bad guy. I can't believe what Angie is doing to you. It's an absolute narrative that Lisa has set up to prove that she wasn't on bullshit. But guess what? Whitney is not stupid. Whitney says this is a motherfucking setup to cover her tracks. Okay? Lisa says that she wants to be Whitney's friend and that Whitney is tripping.
Whitney is totally misunderstanding this whole situation. Wait a minute. What? No. I brought you here because it's a nice place. That's not why I brought you here. You know what I'm saying? And Whitney says, okay, then why is that the first thing she says when she comes up to the table if you didn't tell her to say that? Whitney doesn't understand why Lisa can't just admit that she was wrong. Why can't you just say, I was wrong about you? Or why can't you at least admit that what you just did made me uncomfortable? And I'm like, Whitney, because she can't. I told y'all she was psycho. She can't. She's not going to apologize. She's not that type of person. Okay, I'm sorry, but she's not going to be that for you. She's not going to apologize. She's not going to say when she's wrong with you because she feels like you're beneath her for some reason. I don't know why. If you were a Meredith or a Jen, she would definitely get on her knees and apologize to you and play the simp role. She would definitely do that. That's because she's like a fake strong person, as I like to call it. Because see, strong people don't necessarily buckle like this when they're around stronger personalities. And I think Whitney realized that at some point. Because Lisa gets upset and her vein starts popping out of her forehead. And she says that she doesn't understand why Whitney doesn't get that she wasn't trying to set her up. It's infuriating. God, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't do anything to Angie. Like, she's so upset, right? So the husband suggests they get a shot. And Whitney's like, yes, we're going to get shots, Lisa. And we're going to move past this. And listen, if this is ever mentioned again, we're just going to let it go, right? We're going to let the past go. Right, Lisa? Right? Shots, bitch. Husband. Like, Whitney was in charge of the girls. Her eyebrow arch was telling you that Lisa needed to play her position. And Lisa was sitting at the table knowing that the husbands were obviously feeling like they needed to move on. So when Whitney was like, yes, we need to move on, she didn't have a choice. Otherwise, she would have looked crazy. Because her husband was the one that suggested the shots. So she had to go ahead and go along with the shit. And she went along with the shit, but she was mad. She was pressed as a motherfucker. She took... Yeah. Just like, Whitney nutted up on you, Lisa. That was funny. It was really funny, you guys. Whitney didn't even want Aubrey to talk. She wanted it left out there for the public that Lisa did that. Oh, is that how you felt? I feel like she let her talk for a minute. I feel like she let her talk for a minute. And I also feel like Whitney doesn't need to hear anything from Aubrey at this point because she's already seen the interactions between Angie and Aubrey. Okay? So it doesn't even make sense to hear what you have to say now that Lisa is sitting here. Okay? Like, no, I absolutely feel like Lisa was using Aubrey to try to clean this shit up and make it seem as if she didn't do exactly what she did, which is get that lady event shut down. With the caterer anyway, not the whole event, but y'all know what I'm saying. You were trying to throw a monkey wrench in her situation. Like that's what you were trying to do. Lisa thinks Whitney is a dumb blind and Whitney is much smarter than that. And Lisa refuses to see it. Yes. Lisa, bitch, we know a setup. When we hear and see one, don't try to play on our intelligence. And that's what Lisa will do. I feel like we watched Lisa lie at the reunion. Like she lied, like people didn't know she was lying. Like, we know you're lying. Why are you still lying? Like, what's this about? Like, she likes to lie. Lisa is the worst kind of person. She'll tell you the sky is green when the shit is clearly blue. Very dangerous and Karenish, if you ask me. I agree. Stay away from me. Aubrey wasn't gonna say anything of importance, to be honest. She really wasn't. She was there to push the narrative that Lisa didn't do anything and Angie is overreacting. That's why she said, the first thing she said was, I can't believe what Angie is doing to you. There was nothing else to be said after that. It should, if that was really the case, if it really was a misunderstanding, then why would you come with the language that Angie is doing something to Lisa if Angie believes that you backed out on her event because you mentioned Lisa's name? Like, stop it. Lisa keeps exposing herself. I think she thinks Whitney is a dumb blonde. She does. Aubrey must be on a great payroll with Lisa. Yeah, you know they work together. Like she sells her liquor at the bar in the restaurant. It's a good vice versa relationship, and I'm sure there's some underlying shit there as well. Some shit we don't know about. But I definitely feel like Lisa is pulling Aubrey's strings in this situation. For sure. Okay, so let's move on from there. So, y'all, Robert Sr. is back. Mary says that, I just really enjoyed him not being here. You know what I'm saying? I really, really liked that he wasn't here. Oh my God. And she says, she's in the kitchen, right? She's in the kitchen with him, asking him annoying questions while he's trying to cook. He's like, what? Can you go sit down? Can you just go sit your, yeah, okay, I'm annoying you. Okay, are you gonna put that right on that same plate? You're not gonna put that on that same plate, are you? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm often tickled by her. Okay. I am so tickled. She says that, me and Robert Sr., we don't know each other. He always will come and, he'll come and he'll cook and he'll make the short rice. And I'm like, but I like long rice. Why are you making short rice? I'm like, y'all can laugh at that type of shit. But Mary is, listen to me. If Lyric cooked the rice that I did not approve of, we would have a problem. Who are you cooking for? Who are you cooking for? You're not cooking for me. You're not cooking for us. See, here's how it works. When you cooking for us, you cook something that both people will like. Okay, good thing me and my husband are fat. We eat most of the same things. Okay, okay, we've gone through this rice journey together, figuring out what rice suits both of us best. Because he used to like Mahatma. I didn't like Mahatma. Okay, or however you pronounce it. I like Uncle Ben's. Okay, now we would buy Uncle Ben's, but I really knew he liked the Mahatma. So for a while, we would just go back and forth. And then eventually we found our love for jasmine rice. And there has been no other rice ever since. So to be married to someone and have children with them for over a decade and not know the type of rice one another likes, well, I'd say that's a problem. I'd say that's an issue. But I think it's more indicative of the fact that Mary wants us to know that this was a relationship that she did not go into for any other reason other than stability, other than to make sure she had her hand on that money. Okay. But eventually her son is going to move out. And she and Meredith go and play tennis and talk about how Seth has been, in and out of the household for a while. And Meredith is used to it as well, but Mary really enjoys it. However, she is scared to be in the household with Robert Sr. now that he's back when her son moves out and goes away to school, from what I understand. And I saw that I believe she just was in court with her son because his little girlfriend, I don't know whether his little girl, I'm guessing, was his little girlfriend white? His little girlfriend must have been white. Because they called the police on Mary and her son, and they said that they were harboring, a minor. They were harboring a minor, and she pleaded not guilty to it. I'm not sure exactly what else is going to happen with that just yet. But from what I understand, the girlfriend's parents called the police on him. So I was wondering, was it a white girl? Because I don't feel like black people don't do that unless you did something to their child. and this ain't have nothing else, this didn't have nothing else attached to it. This didn't have a, or they was fighting, it didn't have none of that attached to it. So I assume that it must be a little white girl. And I think it's so funny because what do they think? What do you think? Girl, I guess you think bleaching your skin and raising your son in a white area was going to make him exempt from having to deal with the racism of Salt Lake City, Utah, where black people are the minority, and they make it like that on purpose? Okay, listen. All right, Raw. All right, but she also let us know that her and Robert Sr. have never slept in the same room. When they got together, he, brought her in the house. You stay over there, I stay over here. We'll come together like king and queen to fucking create an heir to the throne of Zamunda, and then we'll go back to our separate quarters. And that's what they've been doing. And I feel like I don't know what Mary's childhood and life must have been like, but she rings to me as someone who's probably been abused heavily as a child because she's very childlike. And I feel like whenever people are like Mary, is because people have like severely fucked with them as a child. And so they're regressed and they often go back to when they were a child and do childlike things and have childlike attitudes, but at the same time can be very direct and very curt as an adult. You know what I'm saying? But it's because of whatever they have like been through in their lives that have like, severely fucked them up. But I feel like it something in the family was fucked up because Mary has a lot of issues. A lot of issues. Even though I think she's funny, even though I feel like a lot of the time she's saying the exact truth and I love her honesty, there is something about her that feels like I'm okay with the gray gardens of it all because my childhood was fucked up. Meaning, my understanding of what is normal, my understanding of what is healthy is skewed. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Jen has issues too. A lot of them have issues, but Mary comes off as somebody that was like severely traumatized in childhood or something from the way that her mind and her mannerisms and her facial expressions and her lack of care or understanding of how her energy comes off to other people. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have a lot of social skills. Not a lot of social skills at all, which is why she's somebody that feels like she's never really fit in. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the opulence and whatnot, like a poverty or scarcity mindset, especially with all the designers she collects. Yes. Thank you, Charnel, for the super sticker. Didn't she grow up in a cult? I don't know if she grew up in a cult as much as the church is a cult now, but I believe a lot of churches have cult-like, cult-like sensibilities. You know what I'm saying? Like it does feel like that sometimes. Uh, listen, y'all saying that shit, but I have really heavily been thinking about going back to school for psychology so that I can actually get up here and say shit with prestigious fortitude. But anyway, y'all, Mary is just a very interesting character to me, and I think she speaks on the eclecticness that some Black people have that I think also comes from trauma and not always from just being, some weirdo or something like that. The way, because people can be very dismissive of people that they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Look, do it for the PhD, baby. Do it for the PhD. Girl, listen, if I had the time, I would. I feel like that would just be so time consuming. I don't know if I would be able to do that and this workload at the same time, child. But something to think about for the future. I didn't got online and they sending me emails and shit. So maybe one day. Thank you. Y'all like my hoodie. This is from She Inside. One of the things I bought, that I might wear for my Halloween movie review, but I threw it on because it's light, but I was, it's 11 stuff. But anyway, I love y'all. I love you back. Okay. So Jenny, Meredith, and Lisa meet up and talk about Jenny's husband wanting her to have more kids. Y'all, Jenny said that she had 13 pregnancies, and from that, she had 3 children, 1 stillborn baby she lost hours after it was born. She said she was so out of it from the emergency C-section that her husband had to tell them to stop trying to resuscitate the baby. And then as they do in their culture, he cut his hair off to help her mourn. And they mourn together. So this has been something very hurtful for the both of them in their lives Meredith suggested they go and talk to a counselor because obviously this is an issue that they're not just going to be able to get over because it's something that's been persistent since that happened, you know? And I think she feels like he is trying to have a baby to replace the one that they lost. And I felt that too up until we got to the end of the episode. And then I felt like, oh, you manipulative fuck. You manipulative little cunt. I can't believe you. So y'all, Jenny spent some time with her husband on the slopes. And I do like their relationship. I do feel like they have a relationship where her husband loves her. He wants her to be happy. He values her. Absolutely. I don't want to say this without saying that, because I feel like Jenny has felt the need to defend her marriage and defend her husband because of this situation. And I feel like there are a lot of things that our husbands, child, we do not want nobody else to hear our husbands say some very ignorant shit, or we don't want people to see how we know they can be as their wives. You know what I'm saying? But they're on a reality show, so Jenny has to be like honest about what's going on in her life. Hey, Devin. And this nigga tells her, after everything this lady done been through with all of these miscarriages, stillborn baby, that he wants to have more children so that they can replenish the world with good people. I said, Dewey, I don't know what type of narcissistic bullshit you're on, but you are not the only person that can put good people into the world. I don't know if you know that. There are a lot of us out here trying to be good people. Okay, we really, really are. I don't know how good of a person you can consider yourself if you will put your wife through emotional and mental trauma so that you can fulfill a need that is really absurd, because the truth of the matter is you won't be the one doing any of the heavy lifting. It's a very selfish thing to want something that you're not going to actually be responsible for taking care of. Yes, you will be responsible for paying for that child and spending time with that child the way you do your other children. But when it comes to the day-to-day, feeding, talking to, school, helping potty train, dealing with sleep schedules, feedings, dealing with food allergies, dealing with school, dealing with other kids, dealing with vaccinations, dealing with all of the little things that kids have to go through in the first few years of their lives, having to go through that all over again when a woman has already raised her 3 children to 9 and above. That is a lot to want to put on someone. And like Jenny said, I don't want to go through the process of trying to get pregnant again, because I do not want to feel like something is wrong with me. I am 40 something years old, and it was hard when I was young. So I damn sure don't want to put myself through that now. Okay. So he says he understands that. And then he gets emotional and starts to cry about the daughter that they lost. And even though I feel the pain, y'all, people are very tricky because people can use very real pain to manipulate you. That man is absolutely hurt and absolutely felt the loss of that child. But he used that pain to manipulate his wife into feeling sorry for him so he can then hit her in the fucking face with, let's get a sister wife, because it's something that they do in their culture. Jenny said hell to the nah, nah, nah. I don't give a fuck if that's what we do in Vietnam. We's in America. We's in America. It was very, very manipulative. It was very fucked up to me. And I thought I was liking Dewey. You know what I'm saying? Of course, in the Watch What Happens live episode, we found out that he has a really nice size situation. And you can tell his energy is not Lil Dick at all. It's not Lil Dick at all. When she got upset and walked away from him, he didn't get upset. He didn't get irate. He didn't get, highly agitated. I don't know if y'all have seen Johnny from Married at First Sight, but I often have experienced Vietnamese and or Asian men, when they get upset, they get very like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, their anger doesn't always come from a calm place. So I'll say it like that. So to see him Jenny, come back. Like he wasn't angry, or that made me feel like, okay, he's not a terrible husband, you guys, but he's being bullheaded about something he feels strongly about, because he knows as a man, if he pushes something hard enough, he can get his way. And he really wants that. He really wants another child to add to another notch in his belt. He wants another woman to fuck on or impregnate, child, whatever. And it almost made it seem as if Jenny didn't have a choice, because Jenny has 3 children. She's not going anywhere. Jenny isn't going anywhere. So her husband expressing this to her in a way like, okay, you don't want to have the kid. Well, let's get a sister wife. It almost seemed as if he was saying that it doesn't matter how you feel. Eventually, I'm going to get what I want out of this situation. And you're either going to figure out a way to make this work for you, or you're going to be hurt, and I'm going to have, some other bitch pregnant with the kid. You know what I'm saying? So that, to me, that is the energy of what he was saying to her. And I did not like it. I want my hat. I did not like it. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like it at all. And it made me feel bad for Jenny, because I feel like it's not an over exaggerated situation. And I feel like it's very manipulative. But the truth of the matter is, smart women like Jenny are often manipulated by men who know how to pick their battles and how to press things without anger, because it's easier for things to go over if they stay calm and cool. Like, it's crazy to me, y'all. It's crazy to me how I notice certain personalities kind of do certain things to each other in relationships. And yeah, man, Jenny's gonna have to figure out a way to, I'm sorry, smack her vagina against his forehead and let some things be understood and respected if they're going to move forward. Because if not, he's going to do something that's going to put her in a position where she's going to be extremely upset. Like, I'm just saying, she's going to be really hurt and upset if he forces her into a sister wife situation that she doesn't want to be in. And I feel like she doesn't need to do that, especially when she can leave with the 3 kids that she has now, take half of what they have, and then she can move on and go and do her business thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, her kids are old enough now. She can go back into her businesses that she stopped running to be with him and to be a wife to the kids. And I mean, to a mother to the kids and a wife to him. Like, she stopped all of her businesses for that. She can hang all of this mommy, the kids are older now. Hang this shit up. All right. You want to do that? You want another kid? Okay, well, you know what? You can do that. I'm going to divorce you. Since you feel like that's what matters most, I'm going to divorce you. And you can do what you want to do. And me and my kids will have a nice life. And we'll have split visitation. Okay, and I will run my businesses. You'll pay for child care and a nanny. When I have them, when you have them, you'll pay. Okay, and that'll be that. That'll be that. Your discernment is on point, sis. Thank you, Nikisha Renee, girl. Thank you. I appreciate that, girl. I be working on it. But yeah, I would definitely like drop my balls on him unless I wasn't as bothered by the option of a surrogate or something. Like, it's something that she has to figure out for herself. Because ultimately, would she be okay with we'll get a surrogate and turkey base that bitch. You ain't fucking nobody. You ain't getting no other girlfriend. It's gonna be somebody that we choose through a process, and then we're going to get a live-in nanny that's going to help with the baby, and I mean help with the baby. Okay. That way it's not all on me. That way, if I feel like sleeping in, I can still sleep in, because you're gonna pay for the appropriate amount of childcare for this baby, right? But see, then the thing about that is that she has to make sure that if she's going to do that, it doesn't hold resentment, because then the child is going to grow up feeling like the other kids got more love than that child got. And he needs to think about that as well. If you force your wife to mother a child that she does not want, it is a great possibility that you're going to be raising a fucking psychopath, because he's going to always feel the fact that his mother did not want him. Okay, right. Big difference between a surrogate and a sister wife. Exactly, which is why the fuck would you even ask her for a sister wife unless you already have somebody in mind that you want to bring into this situation and you just asking for your wife to stab you? Let us know. But anyway, y'all, that was that on Salt Lake City. Y'all, they be giving to me. So let's go ahead and move on to Real Housewives of Potomac. Before we move on to Real Housewives of Potomac, there are 600 people in this room. Y'all better like this video. Okay, so let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all want the love after lockup situation? The views on it are okay. Okay, the views on it are okay. They're good enough for me to press forward. But if I do the next one and y'all don't match those views or more, I don't want to waste my time continuing to review Love After Lockup if y'all aren't gonna really watch it. So I want y'all to let me know what y'all are feeling in this chat before, because there are a lot of y'all in here. So I just want to know how y'all are feeling about it, because I said I was going to do them bi-weekly. So I would do 2 episodes every 2 weeks instead of doing, one every week. Yeah, okay, y'all don't watch it. Some of y'all are here for it. Do a poll. Okay. Hold up. Let me do the poll, you guys, and then that way we can tell from the poll. And we'll see who wins. Oh, we'll see who wins the shit. Okay. Let's go into this chat, create a poll. Y'all, YouTube is getting so ritzy, isn't it? Okay. Love after lockup, yay or nay? Okay, asking the community. We're asking the community. We're putting it out there into the space. Okay, it's up there now. I want to see what you guys are saying. Moderators, please remind me to come back to that by the time we get to the end of the episode. Would you please? Would you please, ma'am? Thank you. I hate that I was froze. Am I still froze? Am I froze? I was froze. All right, I'm out. Am I still froze? Tell me. Tell me. Am I still froze? I don't want to be froze, y'all. All right, hold up. Let me do this, and then I'm gonna close this out. You guys, it's the middle of the day. I shouldn't even been having these problems right now. Oh, well, that makes sense. Lyrics on. Somebody else comes on the Wi-Fi. Shit's get, little. Okay. I'm not froze. Okay, we're good. Okay, get into it. Yeah. All right. Get into it. Yeah. All right, we're getting into it. All right. Okay, without any further ado. So the episode starts off, Real Housewives Potomac. Okay, Karen says it is a pissing contest and no one is running out of piss. This episode of Real Housewives of Potomac starts with the last one left off. Everyone is at dinner, and now the conversation has shifted to Robin deciding to go to the Marriott, which has a 2.5 rating, rather than staying at Wendy's Airbnb, where she has to travel throughout the home in order to use the facilities. Okay, Wendy is enjoying herself and eating her shrimp in a very annoyingly dramatic way. Okay, to show lack of fucks given to the dramaticism that is happening with Giselle and Robin. Okay, so she lets the girls know, oh my God, you guys, I know you guys like to know the itinerary. I planned a boat ride for us tomorrow and we're going to have lunch. Okay, it's going to be really great. So yes, you guys, we should enjoy the day. Okay, Wednesday's on it. Okay, we're going to go. We're going to have a boat ride. Yes, we want to see Wednesday. Okay, give us some high life. All right, so Robin is on the bus complaining about her cramps, because apparently she couldn't pick up Midol, Excedrin, smoke a joint. Isn't it legal up there? Like, what the Robin? You mean to tell me you couldn't find a way to relieve your menstrual cycle after 6 seasons of being on a fucking show that probably has you taping during what? Your fucking menstrual cycle? Girl, miss me with this. You just wanted to have a bad attitude. That's obviously what it is, Robin. Okay, Robin is unhappy and she keeps trying to find reasons to explain why it wasn't the Marriott with the 2.5 rate, it was the motel. Okay, thanks. So Shayna Martin, thank you so much for the super chat. Robin is sickening this season. She has topped Giselle as the most annoying housewife. She has. She has. Honestly, you guys, she's been topping the list for me for quite a while now. A while, Robin. A while. It's been going on for a while now because I don't like bullies, but I also don't like bullies that aren't even the head of the pack. Like you're a fucking henchman and you're a bully. I don't like that. Okay. Like, because you act like you have sense when you're not around her. And then when you're around her, then all of a sudden you're a little attack dog. Okay. And then you make yourself out to be a victim after you get into it with people on her behalf when shit ain't got nothing to do with you in the first place. Robin has been doing that for a while now. That shit blows me. Okay. Anyway, back into my notes. Okay. Robin is on the bus on the way back to the Airbnb. Baby. Oh my God. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold up. Sorry, you guys. Okay, for the intermission. I apologize. We are trying to get my windshield fixed, and the people are calling. Y'all know it's always something going on. Anyway, let's get back into it. Apologies. Okay. So, like I said, they were on the bus on the way back to the Airbnb. And Karen says, Robin, I think Robin's period is coming at me. And I thought that was hilarious. And then Gordon starts talking about how he gonna get some ass once, he gets home, and how once again using his forearm to express the size of his Johnson and putting it all in Eddie's face. And Eddie's like, oh my God, is that what it's about? Okay, like it's on the calm down. It's on the calm down, but he's okay. He's calm, And then the conversation somehow shifts to Candace saying, oh no, okay, because we don't have those problems over here. And then we're referencing Chris's Johnson. And I believe that Mia yelled out onto the bus, let's see it. So Mia, you wanted to see Chris's Johnson? Okay. He gets up to unbuckle his pants, and Candace stands up with the nostrils flared like Dot has given her, like giving her those nostrils, boy. What the fuck? Sit ass down. Like you don't sit your ass down. What the? Okay, listen. He was joking. I don't feel for a second that he was really going to do that. Everybody's drunk. Everybody's like joking and having a good time. Everybody's on one. Honestly, this is the type of drunk shit that I'm talking about. Like, I was cool with this. I wasn't bothered by this. Okay. But I am going to say, joking is one thing, but G is like sloppy drunk. And I'm sorry, that shit is not attractive to me. To some people, that might be fine. You may not care if your husband gets sloppy drunk and acts a fool and flirts and says inappropriate things with people. It's a hee, it's a ha. Yeah, whatever, bitch, it's toxic. Okay, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. I don't like it. It's not cute. It bet not be my husband. It can be yours. It can't be mine. But this situation was funny This situation was funny. Listen, I'm an inappropriate bitch. I will have some inappropriate conversations with you. Okay. I don't really have a filter. I'm not really that bashful. There are a lot of things, y'all, that I am rolling with. But one of the things I don't like, y'all, is people who cannot control their liquor. I don't like it. It's never been a great experience when I experience people that get so drunk that they can't control themselves once they're drunk. And I have met a lot of people like that in my life, and they are always obnoxious assholes. And then when people try to check them about their behavior, they act like the person is tripping. Okay. But anyway, I still was laughing my ass off at this whole scene. I thought the shit was hilarious when Dorothy came out of Candace's face and told Chris to sat his ass down somewhere. Okay, poor Wendy was like, like y'all, it would have been right in Wendy's face. Okay, nobody wants to see the white brown dick. Nobody wants to see the white brown dick. Okay, child. Then Gordon starts popping pussy at some point, and Ashley comes out of her mouth in the confessional saying that her husband at least knows how to conduct himself around people he just met. And I'm like, you mean the same Michael that stripped down and tried to jump into the water when y'all were on a boat ride, and it was a boat that wasn't moving? And he was undressing like it was a dinner. It was like a nighttime on a boat. This is not a swimming situation. And he was about to take his clothes off and jump into the water back when Giselle still had a bang. And I just kind of feel like Ashley, my girl. Ashley, listen, honey, listen. I can be with you when you're right. I can. But what we're not going to do is compare your husband to any of the other husbands. None of them. We're not about to compare your husband to any of the do you know why we're not going to compare your husband to any of the husbands? Let me get a drink of this and I'm going to tell you why. Oh, this is really good. Here, babe. Talk to the people.
Hello?
My husband said it. Because he grabs ass. Because he grabs ass. Because he came on this show and he grabbed ass and y'all lied about it. And then he did it more than once, more than twice, 3 times an ass grabber. And I know he got away with it because he's white. Okay, listen, I don't even know the melody to that song, but you hear what I am saying. Ashley, I want to shake you, Ashley, because I feel like you're trying to make an issue with G, and then you're doing this thing where you consistently compare him to Michael as if you know people are going to say G is just like Michael, and you're trying to create this separation because you're disgusted by this behavior when it's somebody else's husband, but when it's yours, you can make all the excuses in the world. Can't you, babe? Can't you, hun? Hi, babe. Huh? But you and Mia are birds of a feather. Fucking nasty old men for stability. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do with your life. But be real, be true, be genuine. Listen, I'll give it to Ashley. Next week, Ashley is going to be more honest about her relationship with Michael than I feel like any woman should ever be honest with anybody about. Okay? Listen. When it comes to certain things, it ain't everybody's business, y'all. And Ashley next week letting us know that she's trying to fuck Michael and Michael don't want to fuck her. Ashley, that's some brave shit, bitch. Because I don't know if I could ever get on national TV and let people see my husband reject me. That's some tough shit. That is some tough shit. But that also makes me feel like Ashley is setting up for the divorce of a lifetime, bitch. I'm going to get my money. My life is going to be wonderful. Me and my babies, we going to have a nice life. Thank you, Andrea Rogers, for the super chat. Robin really needs to go, child. What exactly is her job here? Juan will never come. I would have punched her right in her cramps. Side note, Wendy looked amazing on Watch What Happens Live last night. Great review, Bondy. Thank you so much. Wendy looked amazing not only during Watch What Happens Live, but during most of this fucking trip. That white fit she had on the boat ride with the hair, child, the jogger she had on, then Eddie had on a jogger that Lyric liked. I was like, they giving it to us. They are giving it to us. We were definitely here for the glow up that is Wendy and Eddie on this show. Y'all can say what the y'all want to say. But these women come on these shows, see how they look on HD television, and by the second season make the cosmetic upgrades so that they no longer get talked about like a dog on these internets or whispered about around town. Now they're giving you life. Now you hoes eating it up like it's cake. Okay? Don't be mad. Don't be mad that Wendy came in here and got the girls together. Don't be mad. Cause she did. That's exactly what she did. Okay. I didn't know how I felt about Wendy's dress at first, but the longer I looked at it, the more I liked it. We're gonna talk about it on the actual reunion episode, y'all. I'm holding off on that. Okay. I'm not giving y'all that separate like y'all want me to. Y'all gonna have to watch my review of the reunion. Okay. Anyway. So moving on from there, the couples go to bed and they talk. Y'all, Chris and Candace have this like beautiful moment where they drunkenly sit on the end of the bed, and Chris tells, Candace that Mia is not even that bad and that she really just needs to learn how to go off on them and then let it go. Like walk away, pull it back, have a come to Jesus moment and can gather herself so that she's not jumping off the edge, letting people know that the fucked up things they say about her, she actually feels are true. Because whenever you overreact to somebody saying something nasty about you, it's probably because you feel somewhere deep down inside that it's true. Sometimes y'all really be saying like crazy shit to people, and people have every right to come at your neck just off the pure basis that you came at them first. And sometimes personally, I'm petty enough to give you all that energy, even if I feel like what you said meant nothing at all to me. And you were completely out of pocket and wrong, loud and wrong. But they decide that it's GVO. They drunk, it's hilarious, and I love it. Robin and Giselle are leaving in the middle of the night. They don't tell Wendy, and Giselle keeps saying that the host doesn't care. Giselle wants Wendy to kiss her ass so bad, and Wendy isn't doing it, and she can't take it. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like to me, every time Wendy does not bow down to you being the head of the mean girl clique, you get bothered and upset and then do this reverse shit with her where you want to make it seem as if she's aggressive and she is in some way being bitter or more upset than you are. When the truth of the matter is, you're just upset that Wendy's walking around living her life. You have a boot in your mouth because Wendy is just walking around here gloating with her hair in the wind and her husband next to her. Okay, let's be real and true. If anybody looks bitter and upset, it's the woman who looks like she's being swallowed by her grandmother's sofa with a boot on her foot. Girl, go to bed. Girl, go to bed. Girl, go to bed. Good night. I don't care. Okay, and let's break down this situation. Giselle, you do have a boot on your foot. If you wanted to go to a hotel, I'm not mad at that. I don't even care. Like Robin going to a hotel because she wanted to be near a bathroom because she on her period. She didn't want to be around men pissing on the floor. Girl, that's fine. These men do be drunk and pissing on floors. I know for a fact that G probably pissed on somebody's floor. I know for a fact he pissed on somebody's floor, child. Robin, you ain't even got to explain it to me. If y'all wanted to stay somewhere else, y'all could have just said that. Y'all tried to make it a moment. Y'all tried to make people feel bad for y'all. Y'all tried to make Wendy out to seem like a bad guy. When the truth of the matter is that room would have been perfect for y'all if your foot had not been messed up, Giselle, because it would have just been y'all. Wine never comes. Juan was not coming. You know he wasn't coming. So all you needed was a fucking twin bed talking about what if Juan would have came. Bitch, Juan was never going to come. What is you talking about? Juan don't show up to get the extra check at the reunion show. Child, you could miss the whole season and still show up for the reunion show to get the reunion show check, and he still don't show up for that. That means Juan is not showing up, Robin. That's it. That's all. He lived with you, so he gonna be in some of these scenes. But y'all ain't going steady. Y'all just be fucking around. I know y'all want us to believe it's more than that, but to me, the fact that I have to keep saying he's not showing up for you says a lot to me about how he really feel about you at the end of the day. But whatever, bitch. Like you the mother and the secretary working every day of the week and all of that. So play your position. That's fine. But he wasn't ever coming. And you don't have a man, Giselle. You all you needed was a twin bed because you don't have a man. Ashley offered y'all to use her bathroom. Y'all were on the same floor as Ashley. Y'all didn't want to use her bathroom, which is why you didn't disturb Ashley when you were leaving. Mia offered y'all her room. Mia, you're so thirsty to be under Giselle's mean girl wing, and I really want you to stop. Like, there are a couple of times throughout the episode when I was like, I wish she would get her face from in between Giselle's ass cheeks. Please give your nose a rest. Okay, because you're doing a lot. Why would you offer to move you and your husband out of y'all's room so that this bitch could not have to hobble her ass over, over a few steps to Ashley's room, which is across the hall? Ashley offered them her bathroom as soon as they said they had an issue. I'm y'all. They killing me with this bullshit. Thank you, Shay's kid, for the super chat. Robin was definitely given assistant last night. She found the hotel, booked it, and then drove her car to the hotel while Gizzy waited for results. I mean, that's what it seemed like to me. That's what it has seemed like to me. Okay. Devin Marks, thank you so much for the super chat, my love. What annoys me is some viewers of the show trying to say Wendy is single shaming the Green Eye Bandits. Like, are we watching the same show? Single shaming, single shaming, single shaming. Oh, okay. You must don't like being single if that's how you feel about it. Just say you lonely and cut it out. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. A lot of us deal with bullshit because we don't want to be lonely. It's okay. It's all right, girl. Y'all don't have to make it a movement. Y'all don't have to make it a movement. It's not a thing. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Ain't nobody shaming them hoes for being single. I thought y'all said Robin wasn't single. Pick a side. Pick a side. We wanted Giselle to have a man. We just wanted her to have a real one. Giselle needs to want for her to have a man more than we want for her to have a man, child. And she's the one that has something to say about everybody else's man. Wendy's point last night on Watch What Happens Live, and she said, well, her cute little bob or whatever, giving y'all everything with a little swoop and a pink and a fuchsia, giving y'all life and everything on the melanin and all of this. She told y'all, you can't sit up here and talk about what you don't have. You don't have a man, bitch. Don't talk about mine because I can't talk about yours because where is he? Nowhere to be found, not even in your phone. Okay. Thank you, Karen Patricia, for the super chat. So this new Wendy is coming across inauthentic to me. She is trying to be something and it's not landing. She did a good job deflecting her personal business this season. Side note, Wendy looked like Quad in that reunion dress. Oh, it was giving a Quad, but I feel like I did not like Quad's dress on the last season of Married to Medicine's reunion with that green thing. That just wasn't the move for me. But I did like Wendy's dress the more I looked at it. I wasn't sure how I felt about her piece up here, but when I saw better pictures of it, I was like, no, it's okay. It's actually really pretty. And her body looked good. Her makeup looked pretty. I appreciate your super chat, my girl, but I don't agree. I actually do think it's coming across as authentic. I think she just upped her look. She glossed herself up, which is what she's supposed to do. But when they played that clip back to when she was kicking it with Robin at the park, Wendy is the same fucking person, y'all. I don't understand what everybody's talking about. I feel like Wendy is the same person that she was before, okay? Robin is just more unhappy than she was before. Robin was more hopeful when Wendy came on the show last season. Now she's feeling like, not so much. Andrea Rogers, thank you so much for the super chat. Juan and Robin are college roommates who had sex twice. I'm sick of them chicks. Definitely assistant vibes. Yeah, it's giving that. It's giving you a lover and a secretary, and not in a good way, because you're not getting no head in response for that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's rubbing your feet, Robin. And that's sad that Giselle doesn't reciprocate the love that you give. Okay. But anyway, the next morning, Mia in her fresh face with no makeup, thank you, is complaining to Gordon about the lack of luxury at this vacation. Like, girl, when I go on vacation, I don't clean up after myself. I get turn down service. I do this, I do that. Ma'am, Mia. So you mad that you had to do it for yourself like you did your whole life, girl? Really? Really? I never understand when somebody have, like they start to deal with like, okay, y'all. So I go to really nice restaurants, y'all. When we go out to eat, we go to like 5-star restaurants. We like nice restaurants. It's a New Orleans thing. Me and my homegirl, like, you know, me and Lyric have done that in the past. But like, even in my family, like my cousins always know about the best restaurants to go to, you know, get you the real, you know, like the exclusive shit. Like we about this restaurant life, okay? On more than one occasion, y'all. So there have been times when I have said shit like, oh no, girl, I don't do that. I don't do that. I do this, okay? And really it's because at the end of the day, Chili's and all of that shit that y'all eat sucks. The service sucks. And I can afford Chop House. So that's where I'm going. And I just want to say that I didn't find anything wrong with Mia saying all of these things about what she expected, except for the fact that that doesn't happen at Airbnbs. What's up? It's not a hotel. It's the Airbnb. It's the Airbnb, Mia. It's the Airbnb, Mia. Mia, it's the Airbnb. I know what you on, and I get it. I get it. I do. You know what I'm saying? Because there was one time when I was going to Chili's. I'm never going back. There's no reason for that. I don't even want to go back for the margarita. Nigga, there's a place around here that I listen, there are too many other places to go. At the end of the day, I understand where Mia is coming from. I'm on vacation. I want lots of luxury. I want luxury, bitch. I want it to be nice around here. And I don't want nobody making me feel bad about it because I like nice shit. I get you, Mia. I get you. But it's an Airbnb. And the last time I checked, when we was watching you at your own fucking house, you didn't have no maid. You was cooking in the kitchen. Okay? Wrist twisting like it's stir fry. Flip it. Like you was in the kitchen. You was cooking. You was looking after your kids. So stop acting like you don't know how to take care of yourself. Annoying ass bitch. Anyway, I still like her though. I ain't gonna lie. I like how upfront and how like how she'll blurt shit out. Y'all, I love that. I love that type of shit. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even that much bothered by it because it goes. Yo, why is Lyric like this? Thank you, baby. Those are really, really nice. That's why you were at Trader Joe's. He got me some lilies. Y'all, Lyric knows I love lilies. Thank you, baby. Those are nice. Those are really pretty. All things, Irene, thank you for the super chat. But how can you single shame when the show is called Housewives of Potomac? Come on, talk to him. Make it make sense. Make it make sense for us all. Because it doesn't make sense. Okay? Y'all listen, they got people that still be out here. I had to tell my mama, I said, you went where? So I said, what? Wheeler, where you at? Why are you over there? Child, listen, right after Katrina, you could catch a bitch at a Chili's with them fucking tenders. The tenders and the margarita from Chili's back like right after Katrina. This is like 2007, 8-ish. Yeah, hell yeah, you catch us out there right now, bitch. I had to go to Outback because other shit was closed and found out that Outback had some shit I like because I felt like they was too cheap for me. But they have these really good fried ribs that they put pickles with that are delicious. But that's not even the point, okay? Thank you for the super chat. Mary Sparkle's like, whoa. In my Monique's voice, I've been to Chili's and cracked some baby back ribs. I'm not going back. I'm not going back. Okay. A lot of food is pre-cooked. It's the processed food of it. Yes, and I like the freshness of it all. Like I like to go places where I can. Child, we started to be able to taste the freshness in fried chicken. Like we won't go if the chicken don't taste fresh, bitch. We don't go there. Okay. So yeah, Mia, I understand, girl. And so then Mia also talks about the situation with she and Candace. Now that Gordon is sober, he asked her, you know, what's going on with the two of y'all? And she was just like, I just feel like Candace has a lot of growing up to do. And I'm like, I feel like that's a mutual thing, Mia. That's a mutual thing. I know you like to present yourself as this grown woman and all of that. But the fact that we're all sitting up here acting like you didn't say that her shit was low budget to antagonize her is straight bullshit to me. And I'm not going to do it. To me, it's childish for you to actively annoy and antagonize somebody just for the sake of being seen on a television show. just for the sake of making a splash, because that's what you did. I'm not about to do this misunderstanding shit, and I didn't mean to say this, and I didn't mean, just like I feel like Candace absolutely meant to hurt your fucking feelings. I think the second time she told you your mama and go cry about it, she knew exactly what the story was and did not give a fuck. So her crying and all of that about I never wanted to hurt you, all of that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And Mia sitting up here now acting like you're not just as immature. Okay, like you didn't mean to hurt Candace. Yeah, the fuck you did. That's why you told her shit was low budget, because you was trying to hurt her. And to be clear, yes, everybody engaged in that conversation with Dorothy, but nobody else called Candace's video low budget to her face. Nobody else said that shit to her face but Mia. Okay? I'm just saying. Karen says that Giselle and Robin leaving in the middle of the night was tacky, just like the way Giselle dresses, just like Giselle dresses. I have to get my mouth together. Let me do it again. Okay. Karen says that Giselle and Robin leaving in the middle of the night is as tacky as Giselle dresses. That was better. Okay, so then Ashley FaceTimes with Michael. Really good conversation. So Michael says that he had to tell Dean, that's their little 1-2-year-old baby, that he was being a bad boy because he didn't want to go to sleep the night before. And Ashley's like, Michael, she had to sit up. She was laying down. Oh, Michael, listen, I told you I don't like those words, Michael. I don't like that wordage. He's not a bad boy. And y'all, at first, I was going to be happy to dismiss Ashley, but this is one of those times where you have got to start to progress as parents as time goes on. Like, we have progressed in so many other ways. The mentality has to progress around parenting as well. And I feel like it is not okay to tell a 1 or a 2-year-old they're being a bad boy because they don't want to go to sleep. Put fucking YouTube on with some they got all kind of playlists of people telling stories, people playing music, rain, white noise. You can put anything on in that child room so the child will just lay there until they fall asleep. I had a TV in my room. I wouldn't necessarily suggest that at this point as an adult, you know what I'm saying? But I would suggest audio books, that they can play in the baby room, or music, or but just making him know, just lay down, here, lay down and listen to the story, or lay down and look at this, but just so you can keep the baby occupied instead of making the baby feel like the baby is bad because they can't go to sleep. Because as an adult, like, there are times when we know we have to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and we still don't feel like going to sleep at 1 a.m. Like, and what we gonna do? We gonna roll around in the fucking bed. We gonna get on our phone. We gonna watch TV. We gonna masturbate. We gonna do something. Pop a pill, bitch. Watch an ASMR video. I don't know what you do, but we'll do something that'll help us go to sleep. We don't get mad at ourselves about it. We don't say, oh, I'm fucking up because I can't fall asleep. So I just kind of feel like, all you got to do is just get it, put something in the room with the baby and tell the baby just lay down. Okay. Y'all better get y'all some fucking audio books or some, women singing lullabies on YouTube playlist for 5 hours or some shit, and put that shit on and let them babies go to sleep. Sitting up there talking about he a bad boy and all of that. He a fucking baby, nigga. What is you talking about? He's a baby. He's a baby. He's not actively trying to ruin your sex phone time with, phone operator 954, whatever the fuck, okay? Anyway. Oh no, y'all not about to keep shading my girl Wendy. What y'all said? Wendy spent all of the money on her and Eddie's outfits. She shouldn't had a chef for all those people and a service to come tidy up while they were out, but they did look cute though. Excuse me, what the fuck am I doing that for? What am I doing that for? What am I doing that for? If Bravo is not going to make sure that someone comes in to do that. Another thing is that it's the pandemic. It's the pandemic. It's the pandemic, y'all. It's not just people coming to an Airbnb. It's people coming into a production at an Airbnb. So remember that it probably was just easier for them to handle this situation themselves versus making sure that the caterer was tested several times before they came on set. Making sure that, whatever else, like, for what? Fuck them. Like if I was her, I'd have been like, child, we gonna do what I want us to do. And if y'all upset about it, talk to production. Ain't about to be doing all this for y'all. Okay. And child, what you mean she spent it all on why y'all trying to play Wendy like Wendy ain't got no money? Don't do that. That lady probably got money. Don't do that. At least her husband probably got money. They ain't got to have a whole lot of money, but they can have a little bit of money. And I feel like they, Real Housewives, the Potomac check should be enough for the wardrobe, honey. But, whatever. So, y'all, it's that next morning. Ashley, Karen, Gordon, Mia all in the kitchen. Mia is making breakfast in a bathing suit, or it looked like lingerie, but I think it was a bathing suit. It didn't bother me, but I know that there was some people that felt like, why she got her ass cheeks out and y'all about to be in front of all of these other people's husbands and stuff. And I was just kind of like, child, listen, I'm tired of everybody trying to make people responsible for, your husband's eyes. They got ass out here. If your husband know what's good for him, he won't look at the ass that's out here. Don't look at the ass that's out here, husband. Or if you gonna look, then try to make sure I don't see you look. But I don't feel like a woman should have to like change how she wanted to dress for a day out at the lake or even on vacation. I don't feel like a woman should have to change how she dresses to suit y'all husbands. Y'all husbands need to just be respectful and look the other way. Because I feel like it don't take a lot for niggas to be looking at somebody else's wife anyway. All right, y'all. So let me go ahead and look at this poll before because I gotta. All right, y'all. So it looks like love after lockup might be coming to an end because right here it says 55% of y'all said no and only 45% of y'all said yes. So I'm gonna let it die. I'm gonna let it die, y'all. I'm gonna let it die. All right, y'all. Moving on from there. So yes, Ashley asked Gordon if he's gonna be cooking breakfast for everybody, and he's like, "No, I'm cooking breakfast for me and my wife. The rest of y'all is is on y'all own." Okay. Mia is walking around staging the place. Ashley gets on FaceTime with Giselle and Karen, with Giselle, and then Karen comes over and says, "It was very theatrical the way you left. It was very theatrical the way you did that. You left in the middle of the night like that. You didn't say anything to anyone." And Giselle was like, "Well, the hostess didn't say anything to me, so I didn't say anything to the host." And Wendy comes over there like, okay, you're a liar, because I absolutely came up to your room and welcomed you, and she did. She absolutely came up to the room and welcomed you. And to me, why would that have not been a conversation? Why would that not have been a conversation? I agree. Husbands should be respectful. Exactly. And that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. People are gonna be looking anyway. So what's the difference between Giselle not even letting the ladies in her house, but Wendy wrong for no chef? Get the fuck out of here. Get off my girl. Hey, Andrea Rogers, thank you for the super chat, boo. That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody about to be doing all of that for Giselle and Robert and them. Child, fuck them. And the way Candace put her in the outhouse last time, they had a whole separate house for them the last time they were responsible for a trip. So I wouldn't be trying to do anything extra for them. But anyway, so after Wendy says that she actually did come in there and, welcome them, Giselle says she's so angry. And Wendy says she's clearly confrontational. I love the way Wendy constantly comes back very calm and with the exact wordage. Like Wendy is coming back at them very calmly, very matter-of-factly, very succinct. And I'm here for it. Okay. Wendy later asked Mia if she would want to talk to Candace. And Mia says that she wants to understand Candace and why she felt the need to go so low and attack her, as if she had done nothing to Candace. I was annoyed by that because I was like, why did you feel the need to say that the situation was low budget? Like, if we really rewind it, Candace asked, why did she feel the need to ask Dorothy, to ask Dot about if Chris was being paid for the video shoot or not, the budget? Why are you asking about that? And then she gives this bullshit reason about, I'm a CEO, so if there's a problem, I just wanted to fix it. And she's like, well, nobody asked you to be here in that capacity. And then she says, well, it was low budget. Like, you were trying to deflect from what you were doing because you knew what you were doing was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew what you did with Dot, regardless of whatever everybody else was doing. You knew what you did was some bullshit. Okay? So instead of just saying that at that time, you called Candace's video low budget so that you can deflect from the fact that you was over there trying to get ammunition from her mama. Like, and then we're gonna turn around and act like, she attacked me and she went so low. You went low too, bitch. Like, what do people say all the time? When you go low, we go to hell. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Ray got there and everything got so much more enjoyable. Okay. Karen gives Ray the rundown on who drop kick who. He laughs and says, "Oh, well, I guess it won't be the kumbaya they thought it would be." I love Ray. Ray is so enjoyable. Giselle and Robin get back from their hotel, and Mia goes to hug Giselle, once again doing way too much for Giselle's affections. Girl, we missed you. Oh, did we? Please fucking stop. Wendy comes down looking good, and she ignores Giselle, and Giselle was just sitting there with this look on her face, so bothered that Wendy did not pay her any mind. And it's because she really feels like she's still the head of the sorority house. She really still feels like she's head of the Mean Girl clique, and she can dictate who feels welcomed and who feels good, and she's upset that some of the girls don't give her that power, including Wendy and Karen. They don't give her that power, and she's upset about it, and I think it's hilarious. Thank you, Kaylina. Ray sent me. Thank you for the super chat. So listen. Ray comes in and asks Giselle what happened to her foot. And Giselle says, oh, rolling around with your wife. And Ray asks, Karen, how did you miss her neck? Okay, broke her ankle. How did you miss breaking her neck? Everybody laughs. Everybody's having a good time. Giselle can take her little tee-hee-hee and they can keep moving. I love how shady Ray is. They go on a boat ride, right? Because that man tired of y'all fucking with his wife, and he tired of y'all fucking with him. Always got something to say about his dick not working. All right, bitch. I'm going to joke about my wife breaking your neck. So they go on a boat ride, right? Mia is kissing Giselle's ass again, saying that she looks so cute in that horrible ass dress that she was wearing. Robin tells a scholar, because they go downstairs and have a conversation amongst themselves, that she feels like the accommodations weren't properly planned, but she isn't holding it against Wendy, even though she has a funky attitude. She doesn't want to interact with Wendy because she doesn't want to have to get into a whole debate or argument. And I feel like it's because you're going to lose. That's why you don't want to argue, Robin, because you don't want to have to see when people don't want to actually have to argue. Sometimes it's not about not wanting to argue. Sometimes it's not about wanting to actually have to answer for your part in the bullshit. Robin doesn't want to have to answer for the fact that you picked up somebody else's beef, made it your own, and now you're mad at Wendy for giving you the energy that you gave her. Like, it's weird. Like, you think that people are supposed to passively lay down and take you stomping on their back. Like, no, I don't have to do that. I don't have to passively receive your bullshit, Robin. I don't have to. Where do you get this shit from? Anyway, a scholar feels torn between the two of them, okay? And Robin says that when she's looking back on the relationship that she and Wendy had at the beginning, she thought she was so cool. And now she feels like maybe she was wrong. And I'm like, no, I feel like Wendy was wrong about you. Mia overhears this conversation, goes upstairs, and before she could even sit down all the way, says to Wendy, oh, I heard you're a different person now than you were a year ago downstairs. And she's like, well, who said that? She's like, well, Robin and a scholar are downstairs talking. And Robin said that you're not the same person that you were before. And I'm like, this is the same shit that's been regurgitated the entire fucking season. Mia, where have you been? Mia, where have you been, Mia? Have I been saying Wendy instead of Mia? No, I said Mia. I'm sorry. Mia, where have you been? This has been the topic of conversation the whole time. Why are you bringing this shit up again? Messy as fuck, okay? Excited to be messy. And this is what I'm talking about Mia. And this is why I said it's all bullshit. And the apology to Candace is bullshit. Because apologizing would mean that there would be a changed behavior, much like Tiffany on Love and Marriage Huntsville. No, I am messy. I'm going to ask you uncomfortable invasive questions. I'm going to put 20 on 10. I'm going to embellish. I might even lie sometimes when I bring something up because I'm messy and I want to see where it's going to go. And I don't even care if it's me that's getting into it because I used to be a fucking stripper and I'll beat your ass if I have to. So it doesn't even matter. But I want to see what's going to happen. I want to see, are we going to get into it? Are y'all going to get into it? Give me the drama. That's what Mia is on, y'all. That's what Mia is on. And I think once everybody realizes it, you either kind of just laugh it off or you feel like, here she go with this bullshit. Okay. Thank you, Stefan Crawford. Karen is so funny on the after show. She said Robin can't even hide how disappointed she is in her own relationship with wine. She can't. Thank you for the super chat. She can't. She can't hide it. It's written all over her face. She don't have to say a word. She don't have to say a word. Tell them what to do, yeah. All right. So anyway, y'all, Wendy says, you know what? You're damn right. I'm a different person. You know why? Because women evolve. Women change and evolve. And if Robin is still the same bitch she was last season, then she needs to evolve. Okay? She needs to change. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Robin isn't changing or evolving. She's not doing anything to change her situation besides getting on this show. And I think that her not making those big changes that she keeps avoiding, i.e. Juan, is the reason why she's not happy right now. Is because she actually does have to make changes that she's uncomfortable making. Most people are uncomfortable with the changes that they need to make in order to be happy or to get where they need to be or where they want to be. But you have to get past that. You have to get past that. Thank you, Gala Post, for the super chat. I appreciate you. You have got to get past that if you really want to be happy. And I think that Robin is in a space of feeling unhappy, but not feeling strongly enough to do something about it. But Robin comes upstairs and Ashley basically says that Mia just came, up here and told us that you said Wendy wasn't the same person she was a year ago. And Robin says, no, I said our relationship isn't what it was a year ago. Now, Robin, technically that's true, but I feel like it means the same thing. It means the same thing, but I don't think it was like a malicious thing to say, but I absolutely feel like Robin is hell-bent on having an issue with Wendy because Wendy went at Juan. But at the same time, she said what she said about Juan because you were backing up these questions about her husband. Like, do you not get it? Do you not get how you were doing something when it concerned her husband? So she brought up your man. Do you not get that? Like, it seems very reciprocal to me. You brought it up. Y'all came with the energy and y'all all got called out for not having men and only having luggage, briefcases, and niggas that's not here. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, it was a very reciprocal conversation. It was shade thrown and shade caught and thrown back. And Robin's upset about it. Okay. Robin, still, however, I feel like, it wasn't that big of a deal. But Mia embellished when she translated the situation. They all kind of tell her she needs to do better. And Mia says, okay, I'm wrong, but why are you guys not getting along? What's the issue? And Robin doesn't want to argue. Wendy says, listen, once you become an adult, you realize how certain people are and where to place them, which means I don't fuck with you. I can be cool. We can be cordial. I can smile. You do not disrupt my energy, but I don't really fuck with you like that. That's that. Okay. And because Mia wants to keep trying to force conversations with other people, Wendy says, why don't you have a conversation with Candace? So they decided to have that conversation. Now, the men did go downstairs. It annoyed me that Robin was like, God, the men, y'all don't want to get out of here. Robin, is it really bothering you that much to see everybody there with their men? And it makes you so sad and upset that you kind of low key mad, jealous, and you want the men to get away from y'all so you can stop seeing all of these women on this show with you with their men there supporting them because Juan Dixon isn't here. And for maybe the first time in your life, you're so happy. You're not so happy that Juan Dixon isn't here. I think that's what it is. I think you're not happy. I think you were so upset that Juan Dixon wasn't here. I think that's what it really was. Okay. Thank you, Devin Marks, for the super chat. I laugh Mia off, but I can also see how Giselle Robin give Mia passes because she has done this several times before, and we all know why. Yes, because she is the color of a powdered donut, an old one. Anyway, so it's the makeup. It's a makeup reference, y'all. She's not exactly the color of a powdered donut. It's a joke. Never mind. Anyway, so for some reason, you know, we get on this conversation about them going to a hotel. And hold on, let me go back. Okay. Okay, yes. When Wendy said, you know, she's open to talking to whoever, right? But as it pertains to Giselle, everyone got delegated, you know, everybody delegated where they stayed. She didn't pick rooms for people. She, you know, gave everybody the choice to pick their room, and they were the last ones. Once again, it was always going to be Robin and Giselle in the same room. That's what made sense when everybody else had a partner and they didn't. There was still a possibility that Ashley might have brought her man. And honestly, I didn't understand why Ashley didn't switch out with Giselle and let Giselle have that room, since she's the one with the foot issue. They could all share the same bathroom. That way no men would be sharing their bathroom. And, you know, Robin and Ashley could have stayed in that little double room. I don't understand why that was a problem or issue, but to me, like I said, I feel like they were just trying to make it a moment. And Wendy wanted to clarify that the place was booked before she broke her toe. Giselle says that they didn't even call and check on her. Skylar says, well, I'm sorry. Karen says, well, Skylar checked on you in a group text, so we all saw that you were okay. You just want people to kiss your ass, Giselle. You want people to run up behind you and do what Robin does. And everybody isn't going to do that because everybody else has a life. So Robin says that she didn't want to use the bathroom with the men pissing on the floor. All the men joke it wasn't them. Robin says that she just didn't want to be uncomfortable. I understand that. Moving on. Giselle is the one that's upset. She says that she's good with Wendy. She's good on Wendy. When she said she was good on Wendy, that was like we beefed out and you know, they ain't no making it better. I'm like, how many times do y'all need to talk for Giselle to stop being mad about what she said to Wendy? Like, I'm like, girl, this started because you brought up Wendy's husband and you're walking around acting like Wendy has done something to you. You told Wendy that you didn't want to allow her to use the facilities at your house, and now you're pissed off that you're going to have to limp down the hall to use the bathroom? Girl, I feel like she just really wants to be able to treat people any kind of way, and then they have to come and kiss her ass and wait on her and make sure that she's okay. And there are some people, Mia, Ashley, Robin, who are Candace sometimes, who are willing to do that. And I feel like Wendy isn't. Fuck you. I'm not doing that. Suck a dick. I'm sorry, y'all. It's annoying that she wants people to kiss her ass. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? But Wendy says, we've been good. Next question. Giselle says that she's always combative. And Wendy says, well, you're always a bully. Robin says, you know, this is when Robin says, y'all want to have this conversation around the men. The men leave. Mia wants resolve. So Wendy suggests that they talk, her and Candace talk. They talk. She apologizes for asking invasive questions. Candace accepts the apology and says that she was just really hurt by her calling her project low budget because she is insecure about it. You know, she worked very hard on it. And for somebody to call it low budget to her fucking face, it hurt. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I feel like we're acting like Candace didn't express this, but I feel like Candace has been trying to say this the whole fucking time, and Mia keeps coming up with bullshit reasons as to why what she said was okay. This was the first time to me that Mia was open to admitting she was wrong for what she said. Every other time before, when her and Candace had tried to talk about this, she would give a reason for why. Oh, I'm a CEO. Oh, I was just trying to help. Like, she would give a bullshit reason instead of just saying, you know, that was triggering, I'm sorry. That's all it really needed to be from the very beginning, okay? And let's not forget that Mia was the one that said she didn't give a fuck about Candace being nice to her. She said that. So once you say you don't care about if I'm nice to you, why does it matter if I'm mean? Okay, why does it matter? Either way, she says she knows how to maneuver around Candace going forward. Fine, I'm glad they made up. Candace says that she never wanted to hurt her about her mom. And then, you know, they apologize to one another. And I still feel like they're full of shit because I feel like Mia is going to be messy again and Candace is going to go below the belt again if she sees fit, period. But this is what you got to do on the show. Make up to break up. So Mia then lays all her mom's business out on the table. She went to jail for 8 years. She was in rehab. She was on drugs. She's been clean for a long time. I don't want to disrupt her sobriety. She was in prison when her parents died. And, you know, she didn't want to go to the funeral because they didn't want to take the shackles off of her. Like, it's honestly, it's all like really sad. Mia's mom's life. And I just wonder why Mia has yet to talk about her own opioid addiction when she's constantly talking about her mom's. And this is my thing. I understand you wanting to protect your mom. And I'm even open to feeling like, okay, you should be able to say, don't talk about my mom, even if your mom is on the show. Absolutely true. Fine. Okay. But don't act like you're hurt behind something that you're not hurt behind. Mia wasn't hurt when Candace called her mom low budget. Everybody else wanted her to be hurt that Candace said her mom was low budget. And I think when Wendy expressed that, oh, wow, did you feel a way? Because that seems hurtful. When Wendy expressed that she saw what Candace said as hurtful, I think Mia felt like, oh, good. I can then use this to get Wendy on my side. And that'll probably piss Candace off even more, since Wendy is now saying that she understands or feels that would be hurtful. So now I'm going to cry and invoke everybody's sympathy so that I can, get them to feel sorry for me. She's doing what she needs to do to fit into the group. She absolutely is. But I don't for a second feel like you're actually scared that what Candace said is going to force your mom into relapse. I just don't believe that she actually is worried about that. Because I feel like if she was actually worried about her mom relapsing, then she really wouldn't have brought her mom on the show, because any amount of scrutiny could have, resulted in people bullying her mom online. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if once people heard the mom saying some of the things she said about not really liking Mia, what if people took that shit and went online and decided to like trash the fuck out of Mia's mom for what she said about Mia? You see what I'm saying? Yes, Mia had an opioid addiction at one time too. I believe she had surgery and got addicted to pills. So like I said, why isn't it you haven't brought that portion up about you as well? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's a part of the story, but maybe we're going to wait till the end of the season or next season for her to give us that information. But she's talked about it publicly before, so it's not a secret. But I just find it odd that she's always talking about her mother and her father's opioid addiction, but never talked about her own. So anyway, they had a really good moment on the boat. Everybody made up, come to Jesus moment. Everybody let the moment be a good moment until they get on the fucking bus. Ashley falls asleep, and I think at one point Ashley's mouth was open and G is drunk. So he's like, ha ha, Ashley's mouth is open. Ashley wakes up, realizes that she's being made fun of for having her mouth open while asleep, and gets upset. I am just so tired and G just won't let me sleep. And I was like, girl, it's not that serious. Why are you like committed to overreacting? Like, why are you committed to overreacting to G? I feel like Ashley is trying to have a problem with G, because like there's been more than one time where I felt like her tone was very accusatory with him. Like she was trying to find an issue with him or trying to find an argument with him. Even though he's drunk and obnoxious, I still feel like Ashley is being a Karen with G, and I don't understand why. Okay? But yeah, that's all that went down on this week's episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. Jizzy said that no topic is off limits for shade, so oh well. A stripper who grew up in the system, who overcame an addiction and made it out the strip club, marrying rich and now that's businessman, is way more compelling storyline. It really is. It really is, which is why I don't know why she has not spoke about her own situation, considering the fact that she and Robin also had that moment where they talked about the parents being on dope. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't you also, that would have been a great moment for us to learn more about her, and it probably would have endeared us to her more. But I think she might be like holding that close to the chest for right now. People can research it, but she still hasn't talked about it. At this moment, G would have annoyed me too, but I agree with what you said earlier, how Ashley is trying to make an issue with him. Yeah, he would have annoyed me, but he would have annoyed. He'd been annoying me, but I would have just been like, child, whatever the fuck, and went back to sleep. He would have been laughing and I would have zoned the fuck out. Okay. But I do think that if she said, Candace, I would appreciate you leaving my mother as being off limits, and Candace agrees that mama should be off limits. They did. They agreed. But here's the thing. I just feel like you can't go to somebody's mom trying to get info against them and then be like, mom should be off limits. Like, miss me with it. Ashley is just playing victim. Yes, that's why I said she's carrying the situation. Wait, what? Mia overdosed at 13? I didn't know it was that young. Right. Very triggered by a drunken joke. Drunken joking. Yes, 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 yes. Let's see. Bravo should do a special of all the women that were tortured and bullied by Giselle in college. I just know she has hella victims, and you can tell she's used to this behavior, surviving the mean girl. I am interested to hear if people do have stories, like real stories of their experience of her in college. I would find it compelling. I agree. Ashley is trying to make G more offensive than her husband. None of the other husbands can ever be that bad, so she thinks she found one. I agree. It's all to clean up Michael's image. And all see, Ashley's smart. So a part of cleaning up Michael's image, not having him on the show as much, only him being seen in the light as a good father, and then now having G on here to show somebody that's worse. Ooh, look over here instead of looking over here. When at the end of the day, we ain't seen G grab no ass yet. Okay, then. G was having a light laugh, and Ashley white woman's him on the regular. So if it comes up again, no matter how much I like Candace, I'm gonna call BS. Ashley is a Karen. She is, because she wants her light privilege to be present like Giselle wanted hers too. Yes. She has a problem because it reminds her of Michael. She doesn't quite want to admit it or make the connection. Some people just annoying as fuck and tire you out, like G. Yes, that part. Ashley should have joked back at him. She should have. Giselle's gonna give her the business, as they always do. Yes, next week, the preview. He was joking, but it was annoying. Yes, he was. It's not like he made a sex joke about her mouth being open or tried to do something to her. I've been made fun of for falling asleep with my mouth open. Ashley, white lady, is jumping out. I have too, and it's really not that serious. My mom always goes to sleep with her mouth open. We laugh about it. It's not a big deal. She's telling all her mom business. All of it. Ashley wants G to take the trash twist attention off her husband. Yeah, no, nobody's doing it. I hope Robin is sitting at the end of the couch chair at the reunion. She brought nothing this season. Nothing. And I feel like her and Juan are like constantly supposed to be having scenes and we just never see them. Okay, Giselle's kids are going to give her the business as they always do next episode. G is one of those annoying old men who nag. BondyBlue is always keeping 100% on her channel. Listen, I try, my love. Ashley hopes G takes the old creepy guy title off of her husband, but it won't happen because it's real. So Ashley is irritated by G, but yet and still she can't understand why Candace is always annoyed by Michael. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Thank you for the super sticker, JW. All right, Sean. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like when someone is being annoying, bothering me. I'm asleep. Yeah, no, I get it, but I still feel like Ashley's gonna make a bigger deal out of it than his word. Like, it's a simple, man, fuck out of here, and put an earbud in and go back to sleep. Like, whatever. I'm not gonna have a temper tantrum over some drunk nigga that's been drunk this whole time, especially when you married to one. I hope Robin doesn't come back. Please, God. Ashley gets on my motherfucking nerves, and we have the same birthday. The fuck, Robin is a Karen too. She can go. I think Robin should go. I think Robin should go. She's not giving anything. I think it's entirely possible that Mia discussed her own addiction on camera, but Bravo didn't air it. You're right. She might have, but that just doesn't even make sense to me as why they wouldn't air that portion if she was willing to talk about it. But you could be right. Robin is upset with Wendy because she showed her true hand of a sideways friend. Wait, who's a sideways friend? This needs to be Robin's last season. It does. Thank you, Stephon Crawford, for the super chat. I can't wait till next week when Ashley keep coming for G. So Mia asks her where her husband is. She gets mad saying, "At home with my children." And Mia says, "Are you sure?" Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it as well. I am so looking forward to Mia versus Ashley. I think it's going to be a breath of fresh air for us. I think we're going to get to have Candace back in her in her Estelle Getty role on the show. I think she and Karen kind of swap with being the the comic relief in scenes when other people are arguing. So I'm excited about the shade and all the things that Candace will do and say while Mia and Ashley are arguing. I'm looking forward to that. Somebody said they have a football game story about Giselle in DC in the chat. Okay, well, can you email me, bondy.brittany@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at BondyBlue. Those are the best ways to get at me, man. Okay, or if you're a member of Patreon, y'all know Discord general general tab in the Discord. Robin definitely can be a friend to the show under Giselle's wing. We still going to see, yeah, like there's no reason for her to be a full-time housewife anymore. She's not giving anything. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for coming in and watching with me. Please do not forget to check out my previous videos from this week. Go to my video page and actually see what I had to give, because I do review marriage boot camp. If y'all didn't know, I reviewed Ready to Love. I reviewed Family or Fiance. This last episode was quite abusive. Okay. The last BondyBlue shows that we have done, I've been talking about marriage boot camp. That's Moni Love. Okay. So y'all make sure y'all check out the content. This Thursday, the Ooh Ladies First panel will be on my channel. So y'all don't forget about the Ooh Ladies First panel. Thank you very much. Y'all follow my backup channel, Relax with Blue, and the BondyBlue, because I did a workout journey video on there. Thank you, Riley, for the super chat. A super sticker, I think that is. But y'all make sure y'all like the video. Y'all share my video, please. I am trying to get to 100,000. Hopefully, maybe it can happen. I don't know. We're trying really hard. And it's so funny because YouTube actually unsubscribes people to me automatically or something. Like, I know for a fact it happens. So make sure you're subscribed, you guys. Make sure your notifications are turned on. And, you know, tell your people about your girl. I love y'all. Hope y'all have a good rest of y'all day. And I will see y'all tomorrow.